Hello and welcome to Maths with Sabre. Today we're going to be looking at expanding single brackets. So, when we're told to expand an expression like this, all we have to do is multiply the number outside by the first thing inside the bracket, and then we need to multiply the number outside by the second thing in the bracket, and then we just add them together. So, first we have to do 2 times x, and we can write that as simply 2x. Then we have to do 2 times 1, which makes 2. And because we have a plus symbol inside the bracket, we just keep that, and so the answer is 2x plus 2. Let's have a look at the next one. So here we have 3 outside the bracket and x plus 5 inside. So what we have to do is we have to do 3 times x, and then we have to do 3 times plus 5. 3 times x we can write as 3x. 3 times 5 is 15. So the answer is 3x plus 15. Let's have a look at the next one. So here we have to do 2 times 3x and 2 times 1. 2 times 3x. So here we have to multiply the numbers together and we just keep the x. So 2 times 3 is 6. And we just keep the x there, so 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times 1 is 2. So the answer is 6x add 2. Let's have a look at the next question. So here we have 3 outside the bracket and 4x plus 5 inside. We have to do 3 multiplied by 4x and 3 multiplied by 5. 3 multiplied by 4x. So we have to do 3 times 4, and we just keep the x. So 3 times 4 is 12, and so we get 12x. 3 times 5 is 15, so the answer is 12x add 15. Let's have a look at this one. So here we've got a minus symbol instead of a plus, but we actually do almost the same thing. So first we have to do 2 times 3x. That makes 6x, because all we have to do is multiply the 2 and the 3 together. Now we have to do 2 times subtract 1. So what we're going to get here is subtract 2. So we just do 2 times 1 and we keep this subtraction instead of the addition which we had previously. Let's have a look at the next one. Here we have 3 multiplied by 4x subtract 5. 3 multiplied by 4x makes 12x. 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. We've got a subtraction symbol there, so we're just going to keep that, and the answer is 12x subtract 15. Okay, so these ones are a little bit trickier because here, outside the bracket, we don't just have a number, we have a number and a letter. So multiplying by 2x is going to be a little bit harder than multiplying by just 2. Let's have a go at this. So first of all, we have to do 2x multiplied by x, and then we're going to have to do 2x multiplied by 1. How do we do 2x multiplied by x? If we remember how powers work, whenever you multiply something by itself, that's the same thing as doing it to the power of 2. So here we have 2x, and then we're multiplying it by another x, so this gives us 2x squared, or 2x to the power of 2. Now we have to do 2x multiplied by 1, and that makes 2x. Whenever you multiply something by 1, you just leave it alone. Multiplying by 1 doesn't change anything. And finally, we've got addition inside, and so we keep that here. And the answer is 2x squared add 2x. Let's have a look at this one. So here we've got 3x outside the bracket and x plus 5 inside the bracket. We need to do 3x multiplied by x, and then we need to do 3x multiplied by 5. 3x multiplied by x will give us 3x squared. 3x multiplied by 5 will give us 15x. We have addition here, so we're going to keep that. And so the answer is 3x squared add 15x. Let's move on to the next one. So here we have to do 2x multiplied by 3x, and then we have to do 2x multiplied by 1. So let's have a look at the first part, 2x multiplied by 3x. If we wanted to just write this all out, that would be the same thing as 2 multiplied by x multiplied by 3 and then multiplied by x again. We can reorder this multiplication because when you're multiplying numbers the order doesn't matter. So let's reorder this. I'm going to put all the numbers at the left and all the x's at the right. So we get 2 times 3 times x times x. All I've done here is switch the order of the x and the 3 in the middle. 2 times 3 we can work out, that makes 6. So we have 6 times x times x. X times x we can write as x squared. So we end up with 6 multiplied by x squared. We can leave out this multiplication symbol and just write that as 6x squared. Okay, so we've done 2x multiplied by 3x and we got 6x squared. In order to get the final answer, we're going to have to do 2x multiplied by 1 and add that on. So the final answer will be 6x squared add 2x. Let's have a look at the next one. Here we have 3x multiplied by 4x add 5. So we're going to have to do 3x multiplied by 4x, and then we're going to have to do 3x multiplied by 5. 3x multiplied by 4x, we just have to multiply these numbers together, so that makes 12. And then we need to multiply the letters together. X times x makes x squared. 3x multiplied by 5, we just have to multiply the 3 and the 5 together, and we'll keep this x. So that makes 15x. Let's have a look at these ones. So here we have 2x squared multiplied by 3x subtract 1. 2x squared multiplied by 3x. Let's have a look at this. So here we've got 2 multiplied by x squared multiplied by 3 multiplied by another x. So we just multiply these numbers together, which makes 6. So we now have 6 multiplied by x squared multiplied by another x. So this is the same as 6 multiplied by x again, because we remember that x squared is just x times x, and then we have to multiply it by a third x. So we end up with 6 times x times x times x, and that makes 3 x's altogether. So we can write that as 6x to the power of 3, or 6x cubed. Now we have to do 2x squared multiplied by this 1 here, so that makes just 2x squared. And because we've got subtraction in the question, we will keep that, and the answer is 6x cubed subtract 2x squared. Finally, let's do this one. 3x squared multiplied by 4x subtract 5. We have to do 3x squared multiplied by 4x, and then we'll have to do 3x squared multiplied by 5. 3x squared multiplied by 4x. So we have to do 3 multiplied by 4, which makes 12, and then we have to do x squared multiplied by x, which makes x cubed. Now we're going to do 3x squared multiplied by 5. All we have to do is multiply the numbers together because we don't have any letters here. So that will give us 15, 3 times 5, and we'll keep the x squared. Finally, we've got subtraction there, so we're going to keep that. And the answer is 12x cubed subtract 15x squared. Let's have a look at the final page. These ones are a little bit more complicated because we've got more than one letter in them. Let's have a look at the first one. So we have 2 multiplied by x, y, and then multiplied by another x. So first of all, we don't have any numbers inside the bracket here. Next to the x, we just have one x. So we don't have to multiply the 2 by anything for the first step. We just keep the 2. Now we have xy multiplied by x, and if we remember that x multiplied by x can be written as x squared, this will give us 2x squared y. We've done the first part, so now let's look at the second part. We have to do 2xy multiplied by 1. Multiplying by 1 doesn't change anything, so we just get 2xy. Finally, we've got addition there, so we just keep that, and the answer is 2x squared y add 2xy. Let's have a look at the next one. Here we have 3xz multiplied by x plus 5. We have to do 3xz multiplied by x, and then we have to do 3xz multiplied by 5. 3xz multiplied by x gives us 3x squared z. 3xz multiplied by 5 will give us 15xz. We have addition here, so we'll keep that, and the answer is 3x squared z add 15xz. Let's have a look at the next one. Here we have 2xw multiplied by 3x add 1. We have to do 2xw multiplied by 3x, and then we have to do 2xw multiplied by 1. Let's do the first part. So here we have to do 2 times 3, which makes 6. And then we have to do xw multiplied by x, and that will give us x squared w. Now we have to do 2xw multiplied by 1. That just gives us 2xw. We have addition here, so we're going to keep that, and our final answer is 6x squared w add 2xw. Let's have a look at the next one. 3xw multiplied by 4x add 5. So we have to multiply these numbers together and then multiply these letters together. That will give us the first part. And for the second part, we have to multiply 3xw by 5. Let's do the first part. 3 times 4 is 12. Xw multiplied by x gives x squared w. 3xw multiplied by 5 is going to give us 15xw. We have addition here, so we'll keep that, and the answer is 12x squared w add 15xw. Last two questions. 2x squared multiplied by 3x subtract v. 2x squared multiplied by 3x. So we have to multiply these numbers together, which makes 6. And then we have to multiply x squared and x together. This will give us x cubed. 2x squared multiplied by v is going to give us 2x squared v. We have subtraction here, so we're going to keep that, and we get 6x cubed subtract 2x squared v. Final question, 3x squared multiplied by 4x and 3x squared multiplied by 5f. Let's do the first part. So we have to do 3 times 4, which makes 12. And we have to do x squared times x, which makes x cubed. 3x squared multiplied by 5f. First of all, we have to multiply the numbers, so that will give us 15. Now we have to do x squared multiplied by f. We can't change that, so we just write x squared f. We have subtraction here, so we're going to keep that, and the answer is 12x cubed subtract 15x squared f. I hope this was helpful, and any questions, leave me a comment. Thank you very much, and goodbye.